Hey guys, tonight I'm just going to quickly run you through how to set the timing and the preload on your power valve assembly in a KDM 200EXE and also found in KDM 125 SXs prior to 2016, I think. So there's a few videos on how to do this, how to set the timing. It's a little bit tricky, but if you don't have access to a workshop manual, you sort of don't know where to start. But I'll show you what I've learned, and I'm not going to spend too much time on how the whole assembly works. I'm not going to pull every cog out. I'm just going to show you basically how they've set it up with the timing marks. So as you can see, there's a line there, 2 lines there. Now, there's also lines on the teeth, but you've got to have pretty good eyesight. So I just color in with a bit of a texture. We've got them lining up, as you can see. I'll push that down, right? So that's fully closed. See that actuator arm? If you look in there, see there's a locator, all right? So we push that down fully closed. Now, that locator is actuated by this arm. It comes off the clutch case, the inner clutch case. So that's centrifugally activated. Now, once that's hooked in, you'll hear it pop in, and that's all well and good, right? So your line marked up, all the marks are lined up with your teeth. The actuator, the male and female are mated there, but you put it together like that, it's not going to run the best that it can do. And I'll show you why quickly. And this is, I have seen in a few other videos because I had to learn this myself as well. They don't actually show you how to set the preload in the same video. You may be able to find it somewhere else, but it's a different thing. Now, if you don't do this, what you're gonna experience is probably a loss of top end pull from the bike. Can appear to be quite flat at the top end, like it'll rev up and it'll just sign off. Yeah, it'll just be flat. So we'll have a look at what's actually happening, right? So I showed you, I've got that actuator arm fully closed. All the marks are lined up. There's the exhaust control flap, power valve. Now I move this, but the flap doesn't move. All right, look, it's just started to move then. Look how much distance it's moved. All right. So if that's doing that and nothing's happening, what's this doing? Yeah. So you're just sacrificing travel in that actuator arm. So nothing's really going to happen until this arm gets to what we call a preload point. So look, just resting on that there. But I can push it all the way down. Right, so what the trick is I'll quickly sit this locking plate on the top. Go a little 6mm hex on there. I'll spin that on quickly. Just enough that it holds it down so it doesn't fall off. We don't lose our little collets. Alright. That's probably good enough. Alright, so this is the trick, is what you gotta know. Have it fully closed, assembled together, turn on its side. You can do this with the enginette, you can do it with the engine in the bike. There's still enough room providing you leave this inspection port off. Now, if we have a look in there, see that line on the actuator arm? There's also a line on that front locking plate. See the distance that's above that? Alright, so this is how it's supposed to be set. You can find this in the manual, right? If you haven't got one, this is the way to properly set up. You want to pull that down to there. So the top of this back notch is in line with the bottom of the front one. So what you do then is, to achieve that with the motor assembled in the bike, take this cover off. Underneath that is a grub screw with a thread on it. It's got a step in it. Chuck the shifter on the top. Start winding that in clockwise. And as you wind that in, it's a bit of a pain because you've got to sort of reach around the other side of the bike if the motor's in the bike, but it's on a bench. It's pretty easy to do. As you wind that in, you'll see that actuator arm start moving like this, and you wind it until it stops right there. Like I said, remember, top of the back notch in line with the bottom of the front notch. That's your preload. That's the point where that actuator arm actually starts revolving the central control flap and the 2 auxiliary ports. So what you're going to gain from that is if we go from here, look, every little millimeter counts, yeah? Open it right up, you'll get the most out of your bike, it'll pull power great, and that's how you properly set them up. Hope that helps. Cheers.